How's it going everyone? Jerry from the JC channel back with the finals of the Hoenn doubles tournament. But before we get started, last week's video giveaway winner is Daniel Ching. Congratulations on the prize. I've sent you a YouTube PM, and for a fast response do contact me on Twitter or Facebook, link is down below. I will also be taking battles, so if you are interested, message me with a tier that you wish to battle in. As for Super Smash Bros, I have been having Wi-Fi connection issues whenever I try to record since we are sharing it with roommates and whatnot. I may have plans to do what I set out to do from the very start and upload a League of Legends video instead. So without further ado, let's get started. Being the first time seeing this kind of team comp in the tournament, I did not know what to expect. I decided to lead off with my Azumarill and Ludicolo to get some flinch support and high damage rolling. On the other side, we will be seeing a Breloom and Latios. I decided to get a flinch on the Breloom, fearing any potential spores or bullet seeds on my Azumarill, as we do get a clean one-hit KO with the knockoff on the Latios, but not at the cost of taking a huge hit from the Thunderbolt. Next we will be seeing the Gardevoir onto the field, and here is where I think of saving my Azumarill. The Breloom is going to be quite troublesome as he can put anyone on my team to sleep. At this point I will be bringing the Mawile out to get the Intimidates off as Breloom goes for the neutral bullet seed, which is going to hurt a lot. In hindsight, I definitely should have switched out my Ludicolo for my Mawile and had Azumarill switched out for my Gardevoir. That way my Mawile can take a non-super effective Bullet Seed and Dazzling Gleam combo, as my Gardevoir would have gone for Dazzling Gleam herself and taken out the Breloom. We do go for the Scald on the Breloom because he is quite a threat to our team, as the Dazzling Gleam goes off, perhaps with the intent of finishing off what was once our Azumarill standing there. Hence he didn't go for the Spore. But speak of the devil, he does go for Spore and renders my Mawile completely useless as Ludicolo is sitting duck. I will be going for the Giga Drain to whittle down the Gardevoir in order to hopefully survive another hit. And the move he chooses this time will be the neutral stab boosted Psychic, and thanks to Assault Vest we will be barely living that, as our Mega Mawile continues to be sound asleep on the side. I switch out my Ludicolo to save it for fake out support or death fodder later on. I really can't see Azumarill outspeeding either of these two threats to get a play rougher. And as you can see, I did go for the priority Sucker Punch, hence my Mawile sleep animation goes off first, before anyone else has made a move, but unfortunately, still no luck as we are sound asleep. Our Azumarill gets foddered off to the Rock Tomb as his Gardevoir goes for the neutral Thunderbolt because Mawile's Steel typing does in fact resist both Psychic and Fairy moves. Following the first death on our team, I will finally be able to safely bring in our own Gardevoir to take out the Breloom. Thankfully at the same time, Mawile finally decides to wake up and take out his Gardevoir before taking any more unnecessary Thunderbolt damage. And here he goes for the Technician boosted Rock Tomb to do a bit of damage to our Gardevoir and lower its speed, as I'm finally able to take out the Breloom as well. At this point things are looking quite solid. We are at a 5-3 poke advantage, but the match is far from over, as his Exploud and Double Fairies are a huge threat to my team. Not to mention the pokes that are alive at the moment are quite severely weakened. Next we will be seeing his Mawile on the field in conjunction with Exploud. Seeing this, I was expecting a Boom Burst from the Exploud and a Protect from the Mawile. In hindsight, the best play here should have been to double target with Dazzling Gleam and Sucker Punch onto Exploud, but instead I do switch out the Gardevoir and Mawile for Ludicolo as Death Fodder and Sableye to supposedly be immune to the predicted Boom Burst and get off a burn next turn, and also to bring back my Mawile after shrugging off that -1 attack from Intimidate. Though it doesn't apply in this case, the match did remind me later on that the Scrappy ability is a thing and that play at the time was not a good one. We will instead be seeing the Fire Blast from the Exploud, which means his Mawile is going to attack us. Had I gotten rid of the Exploud right away last turn and allowed our Gardevoir to go down to a play rough from his Mawile, my Salamence could have easily come in for the Fire Blast on his Mawile, and I could have brought my own Mawile back in to take out his remaining Azumarill with a play rough. But let's focus on the match at hand, when I was playing in the moment. Instead of the optimal situation as mentioned earlier, my Ludicolo will instead be foddered off as I bring in the Salamence. In this situation he was either expecting a Fire Blast on his Mawile or a Draco Meteor on the Exploud, so he made the safest play by protecting both possibilities. Being locked into Draco Meteor against two Fairies is a nightmare, and because of those last two turns, I am now in a situation where he's free to play extremely aggressive on me. I go into the only safe switch in as my Sableye uses its Will-O-Wisp, which is another crucial turning point in the match. So our Sableye gets one-shotted, which means going for that recover a few turns back really didn't help us at all, and our Mawile is going to barely live the play rough. In place of Sableye, we will be bringing back the Salamence to get more Intimidates off and probably scare out the Mawile. And of course, he would want to bring the Exploud back in to take the Fire Blast and at the same time shrug off the Intimidates from the Salamence. At this point, I felt really stuck. Exploud is just going to eat up the Fire Blast and probably retaliate with a Boom Burst. At the same time, his Azumarill is going to do a huge chunk to my Salamence, and once again, it's going to live with 1 HP, just like in one of our previous videos. At this point, I had the option to either fodder off my Gardevoir or Salamence, and at the time being quite flustered, I decided to save my Salamence as Fire Blast was the sure way to take out his Mega Mawile, completely forgetting about Sucker Punch. It is at this point when I traced the Scrappy and Facepalm for bringing in the Sableye when I did. Not that it mattered, but still. I go for the Protect as his Azumarill actually Aqua Jets my Mawile, perhaps to prevent the predicted Sucker Punch onto his Exploud. Excellent play on his part for securing it. Now we are left with a 2 vs 2. Each Mega Mawile is going to Sucker Punch the opposing choice Lock Poke, and of course he will come out ahead due to the HP difference. It was an extremely close game nonetheless. If I had let my Salamence go down to the Boom Burst, I would have gotten more Fire Blast damage onto the Exploud before going down, and my Gardevoir can potentially get a burn off on his Mawile before going down to an Iron Head, as I will be able to take out his Exploud with a Sucker Punch. Though I believe it's a checkmate anyway, as he does have a lot more health and he carries the Iron Head for neutral damage. As I painfully watch my Mawile get taken out with an Iron Head, I would like to ask the question of the day. Would you like to see another doubles or singles match? Or maybe something completely different for next Friday? If you have something different, remember to leave a suggestion of what it may be. This week's prize is the Terrakion you see on screen. For a chance to win, be sure you are subscribed, like, favorite, and comment below answering the question of the day followed by hashtag JC giveaways. For any questions or suggestions, don't hesitate to ask below, as I will read every single comment and answer all of them. Thanks for staying with me so far, and I will see you all in the next video. Cheers.